Okay, we have the 2012 Honda Odyssey that we picked up about a month and a half ago. And what we realized was that the charging ports, the 12-volt supply, only works when the key is on. Unlike previous vehicles that we've owned, it's kind of annoying. So you can't leave your phone behind to charge up. So when the key is off, the charger's off. A little bit of research, I found a blog. There's 3 relays that control these ports. There's a relay for this one, a relay for this one, and in the back, there's a relay for this port. Inside the passenger compartment, on the wall to the right of the floorboard, there's a panel held in place by 2 clips. You can get under there and pull it out. It won't do any damage. There's 1 and 2 clips. And at the bottom of the fuse panel, there's 3 relays. I'd already taken them out, except for this last one here. This is actually the top. And then the one next to it is the bottom of the front charging ports. And then there's one all the way in the back here, which would do the rear of the car. Might need a pair of pliers to wiggle these out. I did the hard work for you. Lighting's a little rough here. But the bottom 2 prongs are the prongs that you have to jump. Using 10 gauge wire and flat spade terminals, I created the jumpers that I needed to bypass the ignition system. Using 10 gauge wire ensures that I'm using the maximum sized wire to cover the maximum potential current going through this. You never want to undersize the project. This particular one would handle up to 30 amps, which without looking at the fuses, I'm unsure if they're 15 or 20 amps. So with the maximum size wire, it would cover at least 30 amps. Whatever the fuse that's in there would protect it at least this much or less. So here's the jumper wire. And this is what it'll look like when the jumper wire is in place. It's at the bottom of the fuse panel. There'll be 3 of them there when I'm done. The key is not in the ignition. I now have power to the power supply without the key in the ignition. There's all 3 jumpers in place. 1, 2, and 3 back here. I'm going to come back so you can see. Again, at the bottom of the fuse box, which is located on the passenger side front of the 2012 Honda Odyssey. At the bottom of the fuse box are 3 relays, which are activated by the ignition key to continue power from the bottom prong to the middle prong, which would then send the power to the 12-volt power sources. Again, the ignition is not in the key. There's the lower power supply. And now for the rear, we have power back there. Here's the job all complete. Panels put back in place. And as always, it's probably recommended by many others if you're going to do electrical work on your car is to remove the connection to the battery